and good afternoon to you, and thanks for joining us here on Wave Listens Live. I'm your host, Brian Schlonsky, and we have got another great show for you today as we take you right to the rundown now and show you who you can expect. We'll be starting things off today with Exum Group. Jackie and Amanda have brought an elder law and estate planning attorney to help families, especially with issues around the holidays. And then the Kentucky Lottery is here with us. We're talking holiday games. Fans are already loving those. And then Feed Louisville will round out the show today. Of course, we know winter can be so tough for the homeless in our city. So we'll talk about the Holiday Fund campaign and how you can help. But first, we mentioned Exum Group starting things off. You know Jackie Exum and Amanda Russo, both realtors and senior real estate specialists with Exum Group at Keller Williams Louisville East. And John Dotson in the middle here, an elder law and estate planning attorney for Kentucky Elder Law. Hello, all of you, and welcome to the show today. I will let the two of you, because obviously you're folks that people are familiar with, kind of introduce John and why you all wanted to bring him here today on Listens.
Absolutely. So, as you know, we are a real estate team at Keller Williams Louisville East, and we're well known in the community for working with senior transitions. And so one of the things we've learned over our years of experience is that one of the most pertinent pieces of the senior transition is having a really super strong plan in place for how a person will pay for care. As we get older, it's no secret that we have more health care needs, and the cost of long-term care is extremely expensive. So whether you are a family that has lots of resources that you're looking to protect, or a family that may need to access community supports for care, it is so important to connect with an elder law and estate planning attorney.
Yeah, John, I think it's a perfect transition because we're talking about this time of year specifically. I know the holidays maybe present different challenges or aspects that families need to deal with.
That's a great point. So we have just loaded onto our website something you can download about thinking about how your loved one is doing at home by themselves. Are they safe at home? Is it time for a transition to pull some of the community partners in to help access care for a loved one?
Let's talk to, I know your firm is Kentucky Elder Law, so your practice specifically, is that different than general estate planning and things like that?
Great point. It is, Brian. It is. So we do estate planning documents like a durable power of attorney, a will. A lot of people think about a will or a living will directive. We do a lot of those documents. But a lot of what we're focusing on is what happens if mom or dad or aunt or uncle needs some type of long-term care. How are we going to pay for that? What is their income? What are their other resources? What governmental benefits might come into play?
Social workers, another aspect where you come in and where this is helpful. Let's talk about how they engage and assist families as well.
Well, and that's a great connection with this group, the Exum Group. Jackie, as you know, is a social worker by training, and Amanda spent a long time in long-term care before engaging as a realtor. So we have two full-time social workers on our staff who help people assess care needs and figure out how to meet those care needs.
Yeah, Jackie and Amanda, I'll let you guys expand on what he was just talking about, since you all both have backgrounds in this and kind of why it's so important and where you guys are able to help.
It's definitely one of the things that's very unique about Kentucky Elder Law, having the two social workers on staff. I know we collaborate with those gals all of the time to help take care of our people. There's so many moving parts that are going on with these kinds of transitions. So whether it's determining where somebody can go for care, or how we're paying for it, or how we're applying for benefits and things like that, it's just critical that you have those gals involved. They're wonderful.
Yeah, I imagine we're throwing a lot of information at people, and this is why we always love when you guys are here and you bring people with you, because this is why contacting a team like you guys is so important.
Yeah, we work so closely with them, like when is the right time to sell the house, because that could come into play if they're looking at paying for care or if they're doing a Medicaid application. Those things can be very time sensitive, so being able to reach out to them and have a big picture of what we're looking at and what that means for the family and when is the right time to bring all these pieces in play, making sure they have documents. I mean, we meet with families all the time that don't have a power of attorney in place, and they really need to have that person that can convey the property for them. So having their resources is amazing to have.
And one thing I think that the general public just may not know is that that the sale of the house can impact your ability to access certain benefits that will pay for long-term care, nursing home care. But there are very specific rules about how the house must be sold.
Sure.
And if you do not follow those rules exactly, you may have disqualified yourself or penalized yourself from accessing those care benefits. So they are directly related, but people generally don't know that.
Well, and John, I can imagine without contacting people like the three of you, how in the world, you can't be so hard on yourself. How in the world would anybody know all of these things, especially if it's something that maybe you haven't planned as well as you thought you did, and this was sprung on you quickly?
Yes, a good example, and Jackie makes a great point about the house, because oftentimes for our clients, the house may be the biggest asset that they have. So we see people make the mistake of adding a child to a deed, gifting the house. Somebody told them that, oh, you need to get your house out of your name, and they need long-term care, and that's going to be a penalizing transfer if it's not outside of what is known as the 5-year look back. So there's so many mistakes people make, as you noted, if they don't get to the right resources.
And I imagine talking about what you were just discussing, you guys are always looking for opportunities to protect assets, maybe help people out before those mistakes are even made.
Great point. Yes, we would love everyone to come see us in advance so that we're not dealing with the crisis. But we do a lot of crisis planning where mom fell and broke her hip. She's in a hospital setting, will not be able to go home. But a better plan is it's mom and dad. They're 70 years old. We set up a trust for them. They protect everything they have. So,
all right. Well, that's some of the tough stuff, and this is how you guys are able to help. With a minute left, I want to turn it back over to Jackie and Amanda, because you guys always have exciting things coming up. You've got giveaways going on, so now we get to end it on a light note. Now that everybody's listening, right?
Yes. Now we get to have fun. So we, at our brokerage, Keller Williams Louisville East, we do something fun around Christmas time every year. It's called the 5K giveaway. And what that is people can call in and enter to win $5,000 worth of gift cards to go shopping at the Shops of the Bluegrass. So it's on December the 15th. You can start calling in at 10 a.m. and it goes until 2 p.m. They can reach us at 225-3303. So write that number down.
Okay.
Mark it on your calendar. December the 15th from 10 to 2. All you have to do is call in and give us some basic contact information, and they'll get entered to win that $5,000 giveaway to the Shops of the Bluegrass, and we draw that day. So
yeah, I think about 3 p.m. is when we draw, so the winner is announced right away.
Okay, so you got to get on it. Okay, give me the number one more time, and then any other contact info we want to put out there today, just to make sure people, because we talked about a lot of great stuff today.
Yes, 502-225-3303 is the number for us, or to call in on, what was it, December 15th, Friday, December 15th. And John, what's your best number?
Our best number is 581-1111, kyelderlaw.com.
We've got it right there on your screen. Well, Jackie and Amanda, it's always wonderful to have you here. John, great to have you today and sharing some of that advice. And happy holidays to all three of you.
You too.
We'll see you again soon, I hope. Stay with us here on Wave Listens Live. Another great segment coming your way next. Speaking of the holidays, it's holiday game time with the Kentucky Lottery. They're here to explain. Stay with us.